nice, not one of the nights you want to end the weekend on, but with the way this team's been going this season, this just seems like a bump in the road. What do you do this week in practice to adjust coming into next week
Well,
after this?
well, we're on our break this week. We kind of the guys decided our All Star break wasn't great because we played that MLK game and then we were in Adirondack on that Friday. So they elected to we practiced through those 3 days and they're going to be off the next 4 days. So these guys are getting out of town. I know some guys are going to Florida. Much needed rest. It's like honestly, let's call a spade a spade. We need some saves. We weren't that bad. Some of those just can't go in. I'll give them the second and the third, but other than that, I don't. It wasn't a 10-4 game. Should we have won the game? Maybe not. But when some ones that go in and probably shouldn't, it's deflating for the group. And credit in the third, we battle, we pulled the goal, they get an empty netter. Who cares? I'll give them. Maybe the 10th goal is actually probably the best goal they scored of the night, right? So, I feel it probably should be 2-0 after the first, and all of a sudden it's 2-1, and then they get a couple. I'll give them, like I said, the second and third. You'll give them those, but we weren't. It wasn't as bad as we thought, and we'll regroup. We're fine. Patty will be back Saturday. Losey will be back probably next week, and all of a sudden things change a little bit in the dynamic of the group, and shit happens, right? Sun will come up tomorrow, and it's our second. We're due for one. It's our second home loss of the season. Actually our fifth loss since in regulation since they drubbed us in Trois-Rivières. So we're fine. It's a good group. They'll bounce back, and got some time to clear their head and get away from the game for a little bit and get after it for the stretch drive.
Someone that was noticeable tonight, though, through it all, was Cooper out there really blocking shots, getting his stick in the way of lanes. What can you say of his play, being aggressive on the penalty kill and using kind of those same facets on his 5-on-5 play?
Yeah, no, he's really kind of elevated his game. Our penalty kill's been a lot better lately. You can see it; the numbers have been creeping up. He's a big part of that. Doesn't play any power play, but you said you got to win the special teams battle, and scored 3 power play goals, and we still managed to lose it just based on the shorties. So, but we actually did a good job killing. I thought we kept into the perimeter. Not much happened on their power plays. Like I said, he's been great. Obviously, I know he wants to produce. He's getting scoring chances. I know he wants to finish. I think that's the next step he needs to take. He's doing all the right things, but you gotta score a couple around the net. But other than that, he had 6 assists in 3 games last week, or even counting yesterday, I can't remember. But he's been producing more offense and generating more, holding onto the puck longer. Just young guy, rookie, generating, building confidence and get better. So Coop's awesome. Boys love him. Great teammate. Does, like you say, he's kind of a glue guy. Does everything you need, and does the things a lot of people don't want to do. So love having him there.
What have you felt of Mike Shen being able? He's kind of been one of those guys that's been in and out and had to step in when guys have either got caught up or injured. What have you felt about that tough role of a guy kind of being cold and then having to step in different moments like that?
Yeah, Chenner's a great, awesome teammate. He kind of reached out to us in the summer about wanting to play here. Him and his wife lived in Westchester and didn't know anything about him really. Eric Nodal actually really had good things to say about him, and not his best tonight, obviously, I didn't think, but by and large, he's been pretty darn good for us when he's gotten in. Obviously, he knows where he is in the lineup, and that he's probably not going to be in when we have a full roster. But he works hard. Like I said, he's great around the locker room. Doesn't complain. If he's not in the lineup, he works hard, keeps himself, make sure he's ready to go. One of the first guys at the rink every morning. So he's a guy you want to keep around here, and we've made that clear to him that we have no intention of not having him around. Like I said, he's kind of a glue guy. In the sense the guys love him in the locker room. He's hilarious. So yeah, we really enjoy having him here.
And then this one kind of goes into 2 parts, but similar to tonight, after you come into a game like this, struggle on the outset of the weekend, but like you were saying, Kirk, we're going to rebound. What are the main focuses when the team comes back? Since you're not going to be practicing this week, how do you kind of adjust that week when you come back to say okay, these are the X's and O's we really want to adjust from this game into playing Wheeling next week without the practice time?
Yeah, no, I think we'll get Thursday and Friday in practice, which at this time of year that's more than enough. So, we'll just keep stressing on the same things we always do. a good structure on the defensive side of the puck so we can get it back as fast as possible, and then we want to make plays and be creative and work hard. It's not a complicated game, right? Like, if you don't have the puck, work as hard as you can to get it back and try and score, and then when you lose it, repeat. You know, we got to let these guys make plays, and sometimes, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, and kind of that happened tonight a little bit, but so be it. That's life, and we'll get back at it. And guys have worked hard all year and showed a lot of character in some tough situations, and like I said, shit happens, and it's one of those nights, and we'll move forward. We've had definitely games this year where we've played a lot worse, and it looks like it's a close game. Like, it happens, I don't know what else to say. Like, you have these sometimes, and whatever it is, the matchup with these guys, in the sense that this stuff happens twice against them. Like, we know they're not that much. We're the first place team in the division. Like, we lost, big deal. We'll get back at it, and there's 71 or 72, whatever we're gonna end up playing this year. It's just a blip on the radar, and we'll keep going.
And then my last question would be: you always talk about how guys get rewarded. You hope they get rewarded with calls with their great play. Millie and Morrison did. Morrison had an assist tonight, and Lehigh and Kirill played in net. What do you have to say about those guys and how proud you are of them being able to earn the call up to Lehigh?
Yeah, Mo got off to a tough start with us. So, 6 games, no points, minus 11, and now he's, I think, 24 points in 22 games since then, and plus 24. Like, that's insane. So he certainly earned it. Did a great job, and we're happy for him. Usti's played great too. Like, 9:30 for the last little while. Like you said, it's not the score tonight if Usti's in that, right? Like, let's be honest. So we'll be fine, and we're, like I said, we're pumped for Mo. Like, he earned that opportunity, and same with Usti and all the guys that have gone up. So you hope they keep doing well, and when we get playoff time and get the horses back, we'll be a tough team to beat.
Thanks so much. Jay, Kirk MacDonald talked about how he's really not too worried after this game. You guys are the first place team. You hit bumps in the road when you did one at Trois-Rivières. What is your takeaway from this game? Just kind of keep the push on, move on mentality going?
I felt like we were already on break here, but I don't think that game's too much of an indication of the team we are. I think we're very confident in what we've been able to do this first half. I think we're first place in our division, maybe first in our conference too. So I think we're definitely very proud of that.
Yeah, and then when it comes to playing the Trois-Rivières individually, what do you think is some things you guys could do to adjust? Because of their team compared to any other team in the league, you tend to go a few more of the net front chances. What do you guys think you could do next time out to maybe adjust that against them to have better success against one of the other top teams in our division?
We can do a better job playing defense, protecting inside out. I think a lot of times we had guys back, but not necessarily in the right spots at times, especially last night. And then I think we carried that into tonight too. So really just playing better team defense, breaking out as a unit, back checking, coming back as a unit, everyone playing 200 feet.
And then on the power play, obviously you got the 3 goals tonight, but you had the 3 against. What do you do to be able to balance out a power play? You're not too aggressive attack-wise to allow that to happen. Like, what are the ways during the course of a game you don't allow that to happen by being not conservative, but smart aggressive on the power play?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. We let in 3 goals on 1 penalty, but we also went 3 for 4. So at least we were 3 for 4 going into the third. But I thought we moved the puck well on the power play. A couple bad bounces obviously happened too, but at the end of the day, you can't let in any goals up on their penalty kill, our power play, but definitely not 3.
Yeah, and I think what Eric and I were trying to echo in the broadcast tonight is, like we said, you kind of hit these bumps in the road. What are things, if you had 3 takeaways to adjust for the game with Wheeling next week to go in and be able to pounce and beat them, what would be your 3 main adjustments if you were talking to a team in the locker room that you kind of say, if we do X, Y, and Z, we're going to be right back to where we were?
I'd say we protect the slot, play defense from the inside out. That'd be the first one. Thought our neutral zone looked good. I think we can be harder as a F1, F2, better forecheck, play more offense, not have to sit on our heels so much. Really, if we do those things, we're going to win the majority of our games.
And then obviously it's been a lot of games in the 2022 calendar for the team. You got a lot coming up in March. How is this break going to feel a little bit this week to come back and practice Thursday? Kirk said you're going to have a few days off. How's that going to feel for the guys to get to kind of reprieve and take some time a little bit?
It'll be nice. I think we all deserved a break here. We had a great first half. It'd be nice to get away for a couple days and kind of come back with a little more energy.
Yep, thanks, Brett.
Yeah, thank you.
So much.